France is at war. It is not a war of the poor against the rich. It is not a fight against a Parisian elite that rules the country like despotic aristocrats. The French Revolution in 1789 was about the rage of a discontented people. This revolution was not the revolution for equality and justice. It was the result of hatred against the royal power and the church. This revolution was led by the bourgeoisie, who wanted to control the economic apparatus of the country. To remove the privileged caste by birth, by drowning them in blood. To put another privileged caste at the head of the country, by covering them with gold and glory. The French Revolution was the end of the influence of the church in this country, supposedly under the protection of the Virgin Mary. In the streets of France today, the anger of the people rumbles. For centuries, the people have been separated from the protection of the Savior. With the Islamization of France, it has even become forbidden to wear external religious signs. Christian celebrations are taken away from the eyes of the world. They are lived in the secret of the family, or of a few parishes, still faithful to the message of Christ. Many churches are empty, while the streets are filled with anger. France bears the responsibility to make a revolution again. Many countries in the world are waiting for the French to set an example, to overthrow their government in order to establish some social justice. This cannot be done quietly. Because of the lack of authentic spirituality, the French fall into despair. They refuse to be slaves of an immoral elite. Unfortunately, their anger is guided by the absence of spirituality. Only intellectual logic guides them. Without naming it, it is a form of egalitarian communism that is claimed. The overthrow of an elite. To set up a new tyranny of terror of Wokisme. It is undeniable that the French political leaders are all, without exception, bought by the Prince of the world. They have no will to protect their people. They protect their privilege. This protection is manifested at all levels of the society. There is no true intelligence among the economic and intellectual elite of this country. A remarkable selfishness motivates them. In many of the hearts of the demonstrators, it is the desire for the same privileges that drives the rage. There is very little vision for societal change. If France does revolutionize, it will be the victory of atheism over state cruelty. One tyranny will take the place of another. My biggest question is to see the role of Islam in the background. By the lack of spirituality, Islam will become the first religion of France. It is the one that may rule the country in the next decade. Go and walk the streets of Paris to see what I am talking about. France, daughter of the Church, will disappear, to be reborn as France, daughter of Mecca. This will be the greatest revenge against Charles Martel, who stopped the Arabs in 732 AD. France is no longer the country of resistance and insubordination. The country is on the threshold of a new era. With it, a part of humanity will follow. Will it be able to resist the seduction of atheism and Arabism?